Listening Comprehension. Task 4. The content is Audio 1, Audio 2, and Audio 3. For the first, I will introduce myself. My name is Ahmad Turhuda. I am from class 33 1B07 and name code 33 22 01 and 24. The lecturer is Mr. Alicius Rangga Aditya NSSMM. General direction. Read the direction for the one first. Part 1 until 3, you must complete the dialogue. Do the tasks as follow. Make the video and read all parts, includes reading the question and answer. Record only one video, including all parts, and upload at YouTube. You have to send back to my best and only link of the YouTube. Insert the PowerPoint as the tool to show the answer into your video. You must show your full of face. Duration is 1 week. Look at the time period at my best. The audio can be found at the Drive link. Okay, we continue to be part 1 as the conversation. Actually, the host. Okay, so here a joke: a man sitting on veranda with his wife on night when are blows I love you. His wife says, "Was that you or was that the bear talking?" The man say, "That was me talking to the bear. Maybe you found that funny. I find it hysterical. What makes a joke funny is question that has based the human conditional sense we lost our tails and start walking upright. But can saying tell us today why we love to scout? Whim is cognitive neuroscientist and the author of the book The Science of When We Love and Why, and he joins us from member station KUAR in Little Rock, Arkansas. Thanks for being with us, Scott Wims. Scott Wims, then tell me a joke and let's break it down a little bit, would you? Sure, I should want you there when the society I'm not trying very well tell jokes, but I'll do my best. Alright. So Doc walked into the telegraph office and he say I want to send a message, and the operator says, "Sure, what would you like to send?" And the dog says, "Woof woof 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 woof." And the operator pressures a second and goes, "You know that only 9. You can send a 10th aboard for free." And the dog replies, "But that would make no sense. People never laugh when I tell that joke. I'm giggling here. Thank you. I would not hold it against you if you did." Alright, I'm kind of getting my comedy writing sketch part here, but you're a neuroscientist. What makes it funny? There is one part of the brain would like doesn't and called the appreciate cingulate. It's not on the surface. It's a little below its what we consider our conflict detector. Um, Anytime we're confused or overwhelmed, or just we have conflicting information like in the form of the surprise in the conflict. Why is conflict important in a joke? It's basically how we process things we don't understand. I mean, so much of our life is filled, filled with conflict and not just joke. And people love try adventure. And it takes a time when we just don't know how else to respond. I mean, humor is much broader than just a stand down routine. It's just how we look at this moment in life where things don't make sense. So laughter is caught in bending, listening, and anxiety, the sensitive discovery surprise all this time. The sense of discovery surprise all these things. It is, and I think what's why it's so like with healthy benefit as well. Now, humor has not always been looked upon so positively. You're right that Plato and Jesus weren't funny. No, I mean, is it really a same historical humor has not gotten a good rap? Someone actually counted the number of times that laughter occurred in the Old Testament. The total number is 29, and of those, only two are positive. In other words, only two are conscious of joy. Well, their database know whether. Jesus loved not just in the New Testament, but in his whole life. And of course, Plato, Hobbes, Nietzsche, the scholars all have very negative view toward humor because they saw it as something that weak men did. It's not something that serious people do. Do you think men and women tell jokes differently? They do. It turns out that women laugh more than men, but they are much less successful in the world is comedy, or at least there are fewer professional female comedians, which in the exam and people have wondered why is this, because it's certainly not that women have less of a sense of humor, and one evolutionary theory is that the men are reset and maybe even have an evolutionary benefit to being the funny people in relationship. We men make women laugh because it's sign of genetic fitness. A man who can make his partner laugh is more likely to be intelligent and good care. And that's also why women constantly read sense of humor as no. I desire tired in the med for men. Sometimes it's closer to no after intelligence and good looks. So women maybe are given the benefit and the encouragement to be as funny as they could or should be. You won't leave us with one last joke. Oh my, okay, I have had bad success with this in the past, but I will give it a try. To fish or swimming, and one looked to the other and he said, "Do you know how to drive these things?" Scott Wims is a cognitive nerve neuroscientist. The science of when we laugh and why. He joined us from Little Rock, Arkansas. Thanks you for joining us. Thank you very much for having me. And you are listening and maybe loud to weekly edition from NPR News. The next part two, daughter and the father. That, oh what? The movie is over. You sleep through the best part. Oh, I most those daughter. The last few minutes. Right, you were gone for so long you should have bought your pillow and blanket. What did you think about it? Well, overall, I'm a little disappointed with the movie. I mean, the story was a little bizarre. You have a doing mate. I mean, really, how believable is a plot about captain who navigates his spaceship too far with the galaxy and encounters a race of frog people? I mean, come on. Oh, I thought it was fantastic. I mean, you have to admit that the special effects were awesome and the acting was not bad either. Oh, come on, what about the ship communication officer? I mean, what did you think about him? Was not he little weird to you? He was always talking to himself and he had that funny hairdo. Well, he was a little unusual, but the ship doctor was amazing. It was cool when he brought the captain back to life during one of the battles. That was pretty realistic, but then the rest of the movie just went from bad to worse, and the photography was so fake. How do you know how do you know you were snoring so long and neighbors probably had to close their window? It was that bad. Ah, well, it's go to bed. Party. It was on the early night of November that I beheld the accomplishment of my thoughts. It with an excited the almost amounted to agony. I collected the instrument of life around me that I might infuse a spark of being into the lifeless thing that lay at my face. It was already 1 in the morning. The rain patterned dismally against the face, and my candle was nearly burned out when by the glimmer of the half excited I saw the dull yellow eye of the creator open its burned heart, and confused emotion gianted its limbs. How can I describe my emotion at this cutthroat, or how that lighted the rich whom with such infinite pains and care I had in the fort? to form. His limbs were in proportion, and I had selected his features. As beautiful, great God, his yellow skin scarcely covered the work of muscles and arteries beneath. His hair was of lustrous black or following his teeth of a pearly whiteness, but this luxurious only formed a more horrid contrast with his watery eyes that seemed almost of the same color as the dawn white socks it which they were set his seriflate complexion and strange black lips. The different accidents of life are not so challengeable as the feelings of the human nature. I had worked hard for nearly 2 years for the sole purpose of infusing life into the inanimate body. For this had deprived myself of rest and health. I had desired it with an ardor that far exceeded moderation, but now that I had finished, the beauty of the dream vanished, and breathless horror and disgust filled my heart. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for watching my explanation of exercise meeting 4. I hope you are enjoying at this time. And assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.